How's it going, everybody? So, welcome to What's Your Drive. We got my boy Daniel over here.
So,
So, we're gonna have a conversation again, like I did with Chris, just to find out what got you into cars and what's your drive to do what you do. And you just told me like whatever comes to your mind when I ask these questions, and then we could just go there and have a conversation.
let's do it.
All right. So, the first question is, what got you started into cars?
My dad has always been into cars since I was a little kid. He has his own business of cars, and we always been a Rotary family. Rotary has been our thing since forever. And we have this car, this old car that was parked for years. And as I was growing up, it was always parked, and dad wasn't doing anything with it. And then one day I think I was like 15 or 16. I was like, Pops, why don't we do something with this? So somehow he got motivated, and we bought a motor for it just so we can drive it NA, on the street. And the motor was bad, like whoever sold it to us was bad. And then from there, I just always have the drive to, have something nice that I can drive everywhere. And it's always been rotary. I just got into Nissan lately, and then it just caught my heart. Now I'm a Nissan fan.
As you guys can see, so am I. I
Yeah.
love the Nissans. That's what's up, man. That's pretty cool that you come from like a background of cars. I know a lot of people that probably don't have that. They would like when I ask this question, later on to other people, I'm probably gonna hear a lot of like Fast and the Furious and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That got them into cars, but it's cool to know that your family comes from like kind of like a racing background, drag racing and all that stuff.
We do. A lot of the things I've learned the past few years with my car, on the other car, on the other project, we always just brought it to someone. And even though we did the work, we always had to ask, like, hey, how do we do this? Like, how do we wire this to this ECU? Because, all these ECUs are different. And on that car, we got a Microtech ECU. That's like
I've
school
never,
stuff.
definitely never heard of that one.
Yeah, that's Australian stuff. We have
Really?
it's a LT10S ECU. Microtech's still pretty big, but not a lot of people know about them. Everybody nowadays is Fuel Tech, Hull Tech, Tech,
Yeah, Link ECU.
or AEM Infinity. Like everybody has the most common thing now. So
So if you don't mind me asking that, I asked you how you got into cars. What do you do for a living to afford this passion that we all love?
it's kind of funny. I never tell people what I do for a living, but
Oh, really? I mean, it's okay if you don't want to disclose
no,
of
of course.
it.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
It never comes up, so I
Yeah.
never bring it up. But I'm actually an aircraft technician.
Okay.
I'm a mechanic maintenance crew chief for an airline. So pretty much I've been doing that for about 5 years now. My first 4.5 years I was on the floor, just mechanicking, like they say, just fixing planes on the overnight, getting them ready for, the morning passenger flights. And then just recently I took a crew chief spot.
That's pretty awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So I have like my own crew, my own guys, and then every night I come in and like kind of have like my own set of airplanes, like 3 or 4 airplanes, and I just assign the 12 or 13 guys I have accordingly, depending on how much work we need to do per airplane. I'm
You-
kind
you
of
kinda-
taking a break from mechaniking,
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I'm sure that's always the goal is like if you start a shop, you
Yeah.
start doing the work,
Yeah.
then you hire somebody, and then it starts going down the line. Then you have a whole crew that you just manage.
Yeah, it is nice. It itches a lot. Like sometimes I just gotta go out there and like just push the mechanic out the way. I was like, bro, let me just do this,
Yeah.
so I can get back to it, so I don't get rusty. But a lot of times, it's good to just chill, because I mean I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Like I gotta like help them troubleshoot. Like if they have a problem that has been known, we gotta like order parts for them, and because they're out there in the gate, and I'm
Right.
out here in the computer.
Yeah,
So I gotta constantly be calling people to, well, where are these parts at? Like,
Make sure
do
everything-
we have this part in stock? And make sure they're using the right like troubleshooting manuals, so we can make. It's all about making on-time departure, which is usually
very
6:30.
difficult.
And again, yeah, because I don't know if you know this, but one delay could take the airline like 7 or 8 on-time departures to catch up for that one delay.
For one delay.
Because you got to think, this airplane is linked, let's say, 6 routes. So if your first route is 6:30 in the morning is delayed, all the rest of the other routes are going to be delayed.
That
If you push
actually
your
makes
first flight 30 minutes,
that makes a
all
lot
the
of
other
sense.
routes are going to be pushed 30 minutes.
That
No
makes a
matter
lot
how
of sense.
fast they can compensate for time in flight, you know, that's what they call it, the right start. The right start is like the most important thing for the airline. So they want to be on time at 6 a.m. because if not, the whole day just backtracks. It just gets delayed. Everybody's
It's
delayed.
like a domino effect.
Yeah, if it starts at 6:30 bad, the rest of the day is really, really rare for them to catch up.
That's very. I never
Yeah,
know that.
it's really difficult. So if they have like a 50-minute flight and they do it in 30, maybe those extra 20 minutes might help them ease up the delay on the next flights. But the whole route during the day is still gonna show full delay. So
Wow,
it's very important for them, passengers and on-time departure. So we gotta work everything we can as safely as we can, but we also gotta account for, it's 5 in the morning. We
people
gotta
still
wrap
kind
it
of
up.
like yeah.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up like it needs to go to a gate in an hour. So it's a pretty interesting job, and it keeps me active, and a lot of stuff that I've done on this car came from the aviation industry, like wiring and
What's the biggest sacrifice you've made to achieve this goal and owning this car?
family and time. Big sacrifice there with my family. I remember when I was building this car, uh, my fiance was pregnant, and I had the car at the shop up here in Clover, doing the fab work, and he was like, you know what, just leave it here, and then just work it from here. So I was working at the airport, and then I had to drive from the airport to Clover most of the days when he was there, midwinter, to work on the car and then home. I work at night again, so I had to stay awake, spend some time with my girl, and then go to sleep, and then same cycle. So I did that for a few months. So I want to say sacrifice and family was a time and family was a big thing. Obviously, money
Yeah.
was a big sacrifice.
I mean, there's always that, like, like you're spending too much money on your damn car. You're like, I know, but it needs to get done.
But nothing a credit card won't hold.
Yeah. So let's talk about your car. What kind of car do you have?
So I have a 1995 Nissan Skyline R33 GTS 25T trim. It's actually a Type M trim. It comes with the side skirt and all that stuff. And these are actually ECR 33s. There's a 4-door sedan. The cars that nobody wants, but now everybody wants them because they look nice.
They do.
It's an
They do.
extra 2 doors.
Yeah.
And actually not that heavy. I think they weigh like 3,100 pounds.
Dude, that's lighter than the Z.
Yeah, for a 4-door,
That's impressive.
That's not bad. That's like fully everything in it.
Really?
Yeah, fully everything in it.
Wow, that's cool.
And slowly you take stuff out of the car, so
Yeah.
it might go down a little bit, but it's full everything on it, so it probably weighs about that.
That's
Yeah.
like I'm kind of shocked that I was gonna ask on that score, but I'm still like, what the hell? How does that weigh less than the 2-door freaking coupe?
Yeah,
That's insane.
It's actually lighter. I mean, there's different trims to it. There's like a GTS 4. There's a GTS, which is the RB20 NA, inline NA. There's a GTS 4, which is what they call a cheap GTR. It's a cheaper trim, but comes all-wheel drive,
Okay.
which is what, Raphael with the white 32, R32.
Maybe.
He has a GTS 4, so his car has an all-wheel drive setup, but it's not a GTR.
Interesting.
It just has most of the GTR stuff, but it doesn't have the wide body fenders or front or quarter panels and the GTR bumper, or the GTR cluster, but it has the all-wheel drive setup. And then they have the GTS 25Ts, which is the
It comes with the
turbos,
RB25.
factory turbos, the RB25s, and the 25 and the 20, that's the engine designations. The GTS 20T is a 2.0 RB20.
Oh, okay.
That's how it goes. And then those come factory 5-speed or automatic.
So when you were getting yours, did you already know that, like, what trim you were getting, or
I
you
didn't
just
know nothing about trims.
you just
I just
You want that
literally,
one?
I was like, I looked at the car, I liked it, and then when I started to look into it, before I went to look at it, I was like, oh, okay, so the Type M is like the highest trim you can get before going into the GTR world. Because if you look at the R34, there's like 12 plus GTR trims.
Yeah, that's way too many.
Like it starts like a GTR, and then it goes like a GTR, whatever, and then V Spec 1, V Spec 2, and it's just so many GTR
V-Spec
trims.
nerd or
Yeah,
whatever.
nerd, yeah, all that stuff. So Type M is like the highest trim you can get on a Skyline chassis before going into the GTR world, or getting like a specialty type of Skyline, like made by someone.
Gotcha. So what are your future plans for the car?
Right now, I got a spare block that I'm looking to build. Not anytime soon, but soon. I'm in line right now. My builder's pretty backed up right now. And then I was hoping to build a block and a nice head. And fix mainly. I'm doing it mainly because of the oil pump. These cars have oil issues because the oil doesn't drain fast from the head, so the oil stars.
Oh, really?
And also the crank gear for the crank collar for the gear, it doesn't fully engage on the actual pump assembly. It engages like half of the amount that it has for material. So when you have like a high RPMs, it tends to shake a little bit. And that's why it fails. It breaks the pump. It shatters the pump. That's why there's oil pressure and stuff.
So you don't want to rev your car to like the limiter?
Yeah, not all the time. Like I feel skeptical. Honestly, this car, it's a hit or miss when you import a car. I have 100% oil pressure idle on coast cars, and then on cruise I've seen pulsated hot,
Wow.
which is pretty good. Like I have a buddy who has 20. He's like, bro, my thing idles at 15 psi, oil pressure.
I would have been scared just to have the car running, like shut it
Yeah,
off.
I know, but it has a lot to do with your oil weight.
Yeah.
And I have 1550 on it right now. The Australian boys, they recommend 1560. That's a lot.
That's a thick ass oil.
Especially for the winter. I'm about to go 540 because of the winter. I drive the car most of every time. So yeah, so on the build, main reason is because I want to do a spline setup for the crank, and then get a spline billet gears for the oil pump.
Okay.
That way it guarantees full engagement, and I know if I'm on that limiter or on that rolling, that pump's fully seated and it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah. So how much did this car cost, or how much have you put into the car since owning it?
I think I paid like about $24,000 ship for the car. Bone stock, obviously, and then I want to say I gotta be around the 38 bands area with parts, about 12 to 15 grand in parts. And parts and labor, it's about 15 G's. Yeah, if you want to have something like what I've done, but I built it for 700 wheel.
Okay.
It's just right now sitting at 450, 460.
On pump gas.
Yeah, on pump gas. So I built over because I always knew I wanted to have 625 wheel one day and have all it featured, rolling in.
Pop and bangs.
Yeah, no pop tune though.
No pop tune?
Yeah, that's not good for the motor, but.
A lot of people don't know that. I don't understand. There's a lot of people in the Z community that just want to do that flame map, have no idea that is exactly how they blow their motors all the time.
Yeah, that's probably a DE motor, and that's why they swap them every month.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what are some pros and cons of owning this specific vehicle?
Pros, I want to say, for the money and for the year, this car handles great. I mean, it's well built since you're talking about a 1990s car, so it handles great for every application you want to, especially drift.
Yeah. I would love to see a 33 drifting. That would be so
yeah,
cool.
that would be crazy. You're not going to see mine, though. I'll tell you that right now. Mine, that's why mine.
Yeah.
But cons, I say this car, sometimes I need an overdrive, to do a pull. And having the GTR trim will be nice. Like I was telling you, Alltech makes a specific RB26, all the GTR guts on a four-door sedan, wide body. And sometimes you need that. If you're launching the car, or like if you're like doing a pull, second gear pull specifically, those are the nice things to have.
All-wheel drive is king.
Yeah.
Other
than that, I don't see anything that negatively affects this car, except the high cast. Big no-no.
Really?
Please, if you have a high cast, delete that thing now. It's very scary and it will kill you. These cars, they come with two types of high cast. They call it the high cast and the super high cast. The high cast is what comes from the GTR, on the 32s.
Hmm.
They are power steering driven. So you have like two lines of power steering going from the power steering pump to the high cast steering. So the high cast is railway steering. They used it back in the day in Japan. You know, and they will actually steer your rear tires. Depending on how much you steer your front ones, it will steer your rear tires to help you corner faster.
Interesting.
So on the high,
I don't know how I feel about that. I said I don't know how I feel about that. I'd be scared.
high cast is, you don't want to play with that. Like mine has the super high cast. It's an electronic actuator,
Hmm.
and on the regular high cast, you're able to lock a center, and it won't move any. On the super high cast, it's always moving all over the place.
Did you
So-
delete yours?
Yeah, I deleted it after oops, almost killed myself over there in the
Really?
Penguins. Yeah, I did a pull in second gear and it's actually a little cold, but I can handle the car pretty good. But on that day, it just did full right. Actually, it did full left. Like it's literally like, imagine just going straight and then someone hits you on the quarter panel and just go full left.
Bruh.
Luckily, I had enough
Oh,
juice.
fuck.
Yeah, it was scary. Luckily, I had enough juice to just go fast, catch up with 65-mile-an-hour car, but it was kind of scary. From that day, I parked it, got the high cast delete from GK Tech,
Mhm.
about $300. It's $300 better than risking your life.
$300 to save your life.
Yeah, and I did it. It's pretty easy. You take the bar out, you put this two adjustable bar, and get it aligned with like new bushes and stuff. Never trust in the high cast ever again. So if your high cast light is on, delete it. You spend the $300, get rid of that.
Now,
shit.
I'm
Good.
glad you brought that up because I want another 300ZX, and they come with the super high cast and the high
Yeah.
cast. So now I know to
Actually-
delete those.
The 300CX chassis is the R33 chassis. All
What?
my parts are 300CX.
Shut up.
Yeah, my front end, I just did my front end suspension and my rear end, all 300CX.
Wow.
300CX, inner and outer, it's like,
Really?
that's the chassis I go for when I need stuff, or an S14.
Interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
they were interchangeable.
Yeah, there's a lot
That's
of
pretty
stuff
cool.
that are 300CX on that car, like the knuckles, the all 300CX, like it's all the same thing. Brakes, the whole brake system is 300CX.
Yeah, they
Front
they
and
did
rear.
look familiar.
Yeah, front and rear, all the same. I got 300CX rear rotors in the back.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah,
That's
if you
pretty
get
cool.
the 300ZX brake kit, the front rotors are actually R32 rotors.
Yeah.
For the 33, I had to get Ultima rotors.
Oh, for the size.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, they're 300 millimeters,
Okay.
and then the 300ZX are 280 millimeters.
Mm.
So I bought the kit, the power stop kit, and I just gave away the 280 millimeter to my R32 buddy, and then I bought Ultima 300 millimeter rotors.
For the front.
Yeah, for the front. Eventually, I want to do 370Z.
Conversion. That,
Brembo
I got
kit.
the base, so like I want to do mine too.
Yeah,
I just
Brembo-
got to do the fronts though, cause I run the 15 in the
Brembo
back.
kit will be nice. You also need a 300ZX adapter. For the front of you get 300ZX CZP adapter, and you can mount the Brembo big 370Z brake in the front,
Mhm.
and from the back you just need to do some adapting, but it also works.
What made you go, like Japanese cars versus European or like American muscle? I know you said your family comes from racing like RX-7s and stuff like that. Did that push you that way?
Yeah, you know, when I my buddies what got me into Skylines. I mean, if I would have known how expensive this platform was, I wouldn't gotten into a Skylines.
He didn't tell you?
Nah, he didn't tell me that part.
He was like, bro, you need to get one.
Yeah, he was like, yeah,
He just hyped you up.
Nice. So I was like, yeah, I'll get one. Then I was like, oh.
You're like, shit, I fucked up.
When it comes to a part that I can relate to a USDM car, like a 300ZX, a 240, like the hat and tank that I bought just recently is a 240 hat. See, things like that are not hard to get. Like I could get directly from Nissan, if there's a USDM car that has it. But when it comes to like full blown Japanese blocks, heads, and stuff like that, I regretted getting it a little bit because it's so pricey. You know, to get stuff, used stuff, like not even new.
Not even new.
It's very expensive and not budget friendly. If you want to do like a budget bill,
Mhm.
and there's people with less have pushing the same horsepower you have faster, like the Honda boys.
Yes.
You know,
The Hondas are freaking fast.
K series can't be
K series with a single turbo, 550 easy.
and stock block too.
Mm-hmm.
550 wheel all day, no problem. So that's the only thing.
I found this on the web.
What the?
That's the only thing that I think that affects or impacts this JDM market a little bit. See, because like the rotary, that's not so bad. Because we did get rotaries here,
Yeah.
and they're easy to get, and everybody makes them in billet, and it's such a huge market for rotaries right now. You know, in Puerto Rico, Florida, but inline six RBs,
Are hard.
there's a huge demand for them, and not a lot of people put their hands on it.
So
It's not like a 2JC platform.
like Nissan is not making no more like RB heads and the Heritage like program that they have going on.
I'm not familiar with it. I've known of guys that have brand new heads, spanking brand new, with no caps, cam caps,
Mm-hmm.
that have managed to get their hands on it. But I don't know if they're making the block. You know, they're just
Mm-hmm.
randomly producing in one block. There needs more blocks.
It's just like one off. Like they'll make a batch, and people will buy them. Then they'll wait a little while, make another
Yeah,
batch.
because the people who are gonna buy them are gonna be like the people that are really linked,
Yeah.
the boys of the
Mhm.
Nissan dealership. You know,
Yeah.
like, yo, they're gonna make 30 blocks. I
But
want.
like,
them.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll take them all. You know?
and then jack up the price like 3 times.
So
whatever
you
they
just got
cost.
you end up reusing the block or finding someone that has like an RB30 block. If you want to get a bare RB30 block right now, in the States, it's gonna run you about $3,000. You know, that's just a block.
Wow, that's
Maybe
crazy.
it probably comes with a rotating assembly. Most of the
So
time
like the crankshaft.
they take the pistons off and all that stuff because if you get the block, they know you're gonna upgrade. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they leave the crank and the main caps on it, obviously, the girdle and stuff like that. But for weight, they take it off. But if you want a RB30 block, it's gonna be $3,000. I'm not talking about building it and all that. It's another 7 Gs for it.
That's just a bare block.
Yeah, I think I quoted an RB30. It was like $3,000 to get it, and then it was gonna be. If I wanted something decent, 700 wheel, you gotta get at least 6,500, 7,500 bucks.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So all in all, just to build the motor and getting it is probably like with taxes like 12 grand.
It's gonna be expensive. Yeah, about 10 Gs, 11 Gs. You know, a guy, you know, and then unless you can buy like pistons and rod on the low end. You know,
Yeah.
like I mean, if you look it up right now, 86.5 mil CP pistons, 1,200 bucks. Eagle rods, which is the cheapest of the best, 750, 800 bucks.
Wow.
That right there is $2,000. We're not talking about bearings. We're not talking about main studs.
And then you did like the little miscellaneous shit like brand new oil pump, bill of gears.
Yeah, PRP billet pump, it's about $1,000. If you want a billet gear set, it's about $600.
Cams, all that.
Yeah, if you want to get like an N1 Nismo pump, it's like $325. Like I priced it all. I have it all in my mind because I've been wanting to do a nice thing. I have the N1 pump now. I bought it from a guy, secondhand, but he had like 1,000 wheel on his bill, so I know it's good. But if you want to get just the billet gears, which is the spline and the actual side for the pump, that's another $600. You know, and then the pump's $300. There's more expensive pumps. Like Nito has a pump that's over $1,000.
Holy shit.
It's like a super high flow pump. You know, like. It's
But what
just
you,
that.
I mean, you probably just need that for like 1,000 plus horsepower.
Oh
maybe.
yeah, you gotta do that, but then you gotta extend your oil pan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Could
because
you-
it's a high flow pump. You know how much oil that thing's gonna flow.
You're
So
gonna run out of oil.
Extend your sump so it can hold at least another 2 quarts on it, and you know, because the more it pushes, the more it's gonna. So,
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so it gets expensive as far as you go.
So, what was the first car that you remember that you saw that said, "Wow, like I want one of these," or like that made me, want to be a car guy?
You know what? Now that I think about it, I've always loved RX-7s.
RX-7s.
Yeah.
Was it because of your family or just
Yeah, it's because of my family. I always had a thing for 93s.
93s?
Yeah.
The FD.
The 93 is the FD, yeah. USDM side, we call it the 93.
Okay.
It's a boat, it's heavy, but the 93 is the RX-7 I've always liked. Never owned one. Be nice to have one, but like a 20B,
Yeah.
that'd be nasty. NA. But,
That would be loud. So much flames coming out of that thing.
oh yeah, it'd be super loud.
I driven a FD, and I gotta say, I barely fit in it. I had a friend that had I think a 94. It was like a that blue color that they came in.
Yeah.
It was ported. He had some work done to it. I haven't seen him in a long time, and he let me drive it from Greensboro all the way down here. I was like, "Are you sure?" I was so nervous. The only thing I didn't like was how long the damn shifting is. It was like 2 miles away to get from
Yeah.
first gear, then second gear is like all the way back over here, and I'm like,
It's
"Bro,
way-
don't you get like a short shifter? Or you just like click, click?" But
it's
they're
the
just
way
so
the
long.
RXs are. Yeah, the way
I was so like I was surprised. I was like, "Bro, am I in gear?" He was like, "Nah, bro, you gotta keep going." And I was like, "What the heck?" It's just so different.
You're probably sitting so way back to be comfortable that
Yeah,
the
it was.
shifter was like all the way in the front.
Yep. It felt so weird. That was the only thing that threw me off the shifting, like the shifter, where like how long the throws were for each gear.
Yeah, and they all like that. Um, we used to on our car we have a turbo two trans, which is that trans. You can shorten it out.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can shorten it out a little bit so the gears are right there.
Oh, okay.
Um,
See, that would be nice to just.
Yeah, you can shorten it out a little bit because sometimes you gotta cut it because like on our car, the transmission would have been past the hole to shift, so we had to cut the.
What you guys got,
They call
like a
it
three
the
rotor?
tail of the. We have a. Right now we have a turbo two low compression 13B rotor in there.
Nice.
It's semi peripheral. It's not full. And then we have. It's kind of weird. We have 258 Webers.
What is that?
It's a
The.
different It's like a carburetor.
Oh, really?
It's not a carburetor like the ones you're thinking about. It's literally like two Webers. They call it Webers. I'm gonna have to look
Put
it
up a
up
picture.
I'll show you a picture of what they look like. But so it's kind of like an Australian setup. If it loads up, in Australia you use them. So instead of going like throttle body 90 mil fuel injection, we have the Webers and then we have four injectors on it. So it's fuel injected with the Webers. It's kind of complicated, but it adds up. I mean,
I can look it up right here. Hold on.
I can show you later look it up because it's not loading up right now. But that's what we got right now. We had a carburetor and then we would turbo carburetor, but it was really hard to tune.
If you
It was
can
really
tell
hard to tune. I'll show you right now. Let me see if I got it. I think I loaded it up. Here it is. That's the carburetor right there. It's a style carburation system.
Oh, okay.
It just sits upright.
That's so weird. It's kind of cool though. That is carbureted and fuel injected at the same time.
Well, it's actually
Does one work? I know they run
We
like
made it fuel injected.
Oh, did you? I was gonna say,
Yeah.
does one run like like primary and then secondary? I know that's a thing, right? For
Yeah,
motors?
it is, but we deleted that. So we're pretty much using both throttle bodies. It's a 58 mil. They measure them 50, 59. You can point them out. We're pretty much using the throttle bodies on them. This is what they look like. The Volkswagen has and all that stuff. Right there. See?
Oh, that's some nice stacks.
Yeah, so that's how they sit right there.
Oh snap! That's
Porsche
pretty cool.
uses these.
Really?
Salaries and
Okay.
Volkswagen. So we pretty much what we did, we put the carburetors there because they're carburetors, the type of carburetors, and then under we got a plate where our injectors mount. So our injectors spray in each one of the housings directly because it's a semi-peripheral, and then we have the Webers for throttle, both Webers. So it's like having a throttle
ITEs.
body per rotor.
That is sick.
Yeah, I mean,
I bet you that
about
sounds.
480 wheel right now.
That has to sound really cool.
Yeah, it sounds pretty intense.
Does he bring it? I've never seen it. Does he bring it out ever?
No, my dad actually lives in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
So he drives it everywhere. The car, we never got it done. We ran out of injectors really fast. We were sold 1000s and then it ended up being 800s.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it sucks. I mean, whatever. But we left it at 460 wheel.
I'm sure them still like freaking blast to drive.
It's a lot. That car only weighs 2,000 pounds.
Dude, what the heck?
Yeah.
It's some rocket ship.
Yeah, it's a 68 Toyota Corolla Sprinter.
Wow.
Maybe someone on the video might know. So it weighs 2,200 with my dad on it. Yeah, it's a
That's
monster.
impressive.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It has an 8.8 four rear end, and that's tubbed out. It has a starlet front end. It's like a Toyota starlet, and then the rest is all extended stuff. Interior still stock, but the rest all. So think about a four rear end with a four. I think it has a 454 on the back, differential on that
That's
little car.
some quick gears.
Yeah, we had quicker. We have 488.
488.
488 was nice. I'm not gonna lie. First, second year.
Bro, you like whoop whoop like
You would think, but 488 it gave you a little bit, but not too much.
really?
It was really nice because it's a small car, so you like right there. You know what? Fast. You know.
Yeah.
454 it gives you that top end. You know, third, fourth gear it gives you more top end. We just like the reaction of 488. You know, it's right there, so fast.
And you say you guys run it at the track?
Yeah, we haven't done it in a while. It's mainly
The last time that you
cruiser getter.
remember
Cruiser getter, right?
last time you remember like what it run
Listen,
at the
a
quarter.
long time ago, we ran NA, no turbo, anything. We did 201.
And the NA.
NA.
Wow.
105. I think we did 105. Try speed 105.
That's pretty good for NA for
1.6 on a 60 foot. 1.6, 1.7. It's a light car, so
yeah.
I mean,
Part away ratio is a big thing when it comes to drag racing.
100%. But we haven't taken a turbo. It's because I haven't been up there to get. I want to put a Fuel Tech Nano. That's like the deal now for wide bands.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to link it to the ECU so it can self tune because over there Massachusetts the weather changes a lot.
Yeah.
And we want to finish the dyno section fully. Those rotaries they're really picky. They're like a lot of fuel, but if you give them too much, they don't like it. So
I was watching.
we'll be keeping it, conserving them a little bit.
Will you ever bring it down here to like the Carolinas?
Yeah, my dad's mentioned it a few times, but
I would love to see and
I
hear
need
that
to
thing in
car wash.
person. That would be so sick.
yeah, I'll send you some pictures so you can upload or whatever you want with them.
So what do your family and friends think about your hobby? This car life.
They think it's a little too much. They don't like the fast deal. They always tell me to be careful and all that stuff, but I just like it, We never listen, we just, all right, Mom, I'll be all right,
Yeah.
till we
And the
find
next thing
out.
you know, you're like
Yeah,
full
next
throttle
thing
on the
you know,
highway.
Third gear, 7,000, shifting them forward, 19 pounds of boost, But it is what it is. I mean, they know we come from a family that has had cars, fast cars, so we just got to be careful and be aware of our surroundings before we do anything.
Yeah, you got to just be mindful
Yeah,
when you're out there.
respect other people's.
Right. And respect the road. Mainly a lot of accidents I see is like, other than like, freak accidents, it's just like when it's raining, people try to race. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know, that's just.
Like that's just completely,
something to
that's
happen.
ignorance,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
just
you
being
just-
dumb.
Yeah, it's
Like-
because they don't value what they got, When you're 35, 40 grand in, you don't want to be doing dumb stuff
Yeah,
like that.
no.
You don't want to do dumb stuff like that.
Not at all. That's just a lot of money and a lot of time wasted at that point.
No car is insured if you total it unless it's a collector's car. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
all that money,
Gone.
gone. Just like any guy on the track that crashes a car, people think they're insured.
Nope.
Gone.
If you go to the track and you crash your car, you're on your own.
Have
That's
a
why they
good
make
day.
you sign that waiver before you come in.
Yeah, you better have another spare chassis or
Or
something.
yeah,
because-
or somebody that could like tube the front end or the rear or something.
yeah, or a good team that can help you swap everything out because it's gonna be
It's gonna be a long
no one's gonna
road.
pay up.
What's your opinion of the car scene as of late? Like, what do you think was where everything that's going on?
Car scene definitely is changing a lot. I try not to even drive at nights. I avoid night meets at all, unless it's like one of my buddies' night meet in a good area and a good place where I know nobody's gonna go in there and do shenanigans and burnouts with clapped out E36s or
Or
E35 with bent quarter panels. You know what I mean? Like
or Chargers,
or
Challengers.
Yeah, they have a lot of car payment Chargers. So
Uh,
it definitely has changed a lot. I try to keep my circle tight with people that appreciate your work and what you've done on your vehicle, and they know that you value their car as much as they value yours because of the same thing. So I love daylight cruises and
Yes, I agree.
daylight car meets, and let's go have a lunch. But during the day, if we do a night, I love downtown night cruises, but it needs to be on a group that we're taking care of
It's-
each other.
It's like nobody needs to show off. Like we get it, bro. You got a fast car, but like just why you
Yeah.
gotta be doing like 120? Like
You wanna
when
show
there's
off?
like 30 of us.
Go to the track and
Yeah.
bring some quarter-mile good slips.
Yeah. Or
say
do
you
some
show off.
run into some road racing or something. Like go have
Yeah.
some fun there.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, like, I'm not saying we like saints, you know, like we perfect. But to me, like, okay, let's say we leave in a car. I mean, you do a quick pull, first gear, second, done.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and do a freaking rolling burnout or just a burnout just because somebody's trying to hype you up.
Yeah, flat foot shift second and third
Yeah,
on a crowded area.
that's just asking for it. We seen it a lot when, like, leaving cars and coffee. You see the videos afterwards of somebody almost going into the crowd.
Which is why cars and coffee is ruined nowadays because people feel like that. Don't get me wrong, I've done my little pull, my little lunch here and there, but you learn as you go. Like I've done like a long time ago, I did one and I was like, never again because
Yeah.
just tires are expensive.
Yes. And
And
people was like, "Oh, do a burnout, do a burnout." And I was like, "Bro, you know how Mickey Thompsons cost? It's
yeah,
about $1,000 for a set, bro."
you're wearing your car out to show someone else nothing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because you ain't going nowhere. You're just
Yeah.
burning tires,
You're showing them
creating smoke.
nothing. I mean, the car is yours. It's for you to enjoy. No need for you to do all that fancy stuff for somebody to get it on video and then it just draws too much attention. You know, your plates
Yeah.
out there. It's just too much.
Especially now, like I feel like everybody's just unintentionally snitching on each other because everybody's recording.
Yeah.
Your license plate is back there.
Yeah.
They're yelling out your name. It's like, "Yo, Daniel, do a burnout."
You want
like-
something funny? On all the Skylines, you can flip the plate up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
I don't know,
You can
like the
actually flip
back plate?
up. Yeah.
Like you could just,
Yeah, you flip it up and you can't see your plate.
yo, that's kind of gangster.
Super illegal. I don't do that, but I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
show me that before you leave.
Yeah.
That's
So you
cool.
can just flip the plate up and then you're good.
So what's your opinion on car clubs and are you in one?
Car clubs. I don't mind car clubs. I don't like front banners. Recently, I just grown out of it. It's not my style. Be a little sticker here and there because I support the good you're doing. It depends on the type of car club. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stance club, and it's such a big community that it's hard to keep it. I'd rather have a tight circle between a group than a massive group with 80 members. You know, like
Yeah.
you don't know all the 80 members, and
And
everybody
otherwise,
talks
and everybody,
about bad about everybody's cars on the group, so it's just not a good
look.
look. I mean, I'm not a big fan of clubs, car clubs.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you feel. I kind of feel the same way. I've been in a few, and there's always like a competition.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just rather have cool. I always say I love driving. I love working on cars. And as long as you love the same thing, then we'll be good. We're chilling.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I stay loyal to my shops, you know.
Yeah.
My tuner, my fabricator shops, the guys that I know that can help me for tomorrow, you know, like the day before, like, you know, I want this done now. You know, I stay loyal to those shops and to them boys. But it's not such thing as being loyal to a car group. It's just, I don't know, it's lame for me. Some people might think different, you know.
That's true.
That's what. So for some people, that's all they have, a car club.
Yeah. I mean, and as long as you're not hurting anybody
Yeah.
or, you know, being safe and stuff, like, by all means, if that's what you like, go for it.
If the car club means good, I represent. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wear your sticker. I put your not too big of a banner sticker on my car. I mean, it's a JDM car, but I'm not gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna wear the swag everywhere I go. Like this will represent me. It
Yeah,
doesn't
this is
represent me. It's on my car because I like it. You know.
Okay, not bad. What is your definition of a build?
A build.
Yeah, like a
Yeah, it's definitely not bags, wheels, and a wrap. I'll tell you that right now, which is pretty much 2023 style.
Bro, you gotta hurt somebody's feelings with that one.
I don't care if I hurt anybody's feeling, but if you buy a car and you wrap it, you put bags on it, you put wheels, you don't have a build car. I'm so sorry. I think a build car is based more in hours, sweat, hours, and quality time. You know, having something unique on your car. Like, you know, I don't consider my car a build. I mean, I do have a lot of stuff done to the engine, a lot of bolt-ons, but it's not a build 33. You know, a build 33 is something like this, making it a wide body, and then also building the engine 700 wheel. You know,
It's like pretty much touching every panel,
Changing the
changing everything on the car.
yeah, like full GTR interior. Like I have GTR seats now, but it doesn't mean I have a GTR car. You know what I mean? That's what a full build is for me. Hour, sweat, and time. You know, like
I like that answer. That's not bad.
bolt-ons, wheels rot, that's not a bill. I'm so sorry, your car is still stock. You know, like
That's
it
what I.
just
You know, that's funny. I tell people they're like, "Oh, you've done so much," and I'm like, "Honestly, it's still stock. I just threw a turbo on it."
yeah, it's
It's
just
just
a lot of bolt-ons. I
yeah,
mean, I don't even think bolt-ons count for a build. Now, if you build your bottom end in your head and you have all this stuff done to your engine, and when you pop that hood, everything's built, then that's a build. You know what I mean? Like you're taking your time to get this car where it's supposed to be, where you want it to be at.
like
But
aesthetically, performance, and
but like
interior.
big example, Q50s, red sports, you know, like stuff like that that you can just easily push 600 wheel, 550 torque. I mean, the platform's already been developed and you can get the horsepower out of it, but it's not a built. You know what I mean? Like, it's not fully built.
Yeah,
It's just bolt-ons and it's just unlocking the capabilities of the car. It doesn't mean your car is built.
right.
You know, build is something unique for a person that looks at the car and they have a custom made for them for their liking, but it also satisfies other people's liking. Like, oh, that's a nice looking, that's a good looking car. Custom paint job, you know, that's a build. You know,
I agree.
stuff like that.
I agree. So this is what I called. Did you see my last interview?
Yeah,
Do you see
half
that?
of it though. I didn't
Half
see
of
the
it?
full thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully you didn't see this part because I thought this was pretty funny. I called this like the game round. So I'm gonna ask you two questions. You're gonna have to pick one or the other, and you get 3 seconds to answer.
3 seconds.
3 seconds, so just pick one or the other.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah.
You ready for the first one?
Yeah.
All right. So the first one is gonna be bags or coilovers.
Coolers.
Coilovers, not
Yeah.
bad. Carolina squat or -10 camber.
-10 camera all the way.
I thought you were gonna go with the Carolina squat with that one. All right, turbo or supercharger. It's like
Turbo.
so it went from like bad to worse. You're like, oh fuck, which one is worse?
Yeah. Turbo.
Turbo, okay.
Yeah.
Wrap or paint?
Paint.
Paint. Nice. Stretch tires or meaty fitment?
Meaty.
Meaty
I
fitment.
always go with the meaty. Meaty's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So rep wheels or real wheels?
The real deal.
Real
Stop.
deal.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you can't afford them, it's okay.
Like stay within the
Yeah.
stay within the budget.
Get the reps. It's okay. I mean,
You got to start
don't hurt
somewhere.
my feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, the car's still gonna look good. I'll tell you what. I don't know how to
Di- differentiate.
how to
Differentiate.
differentiate.
Yeah. There you go.
You know, my English is bad. I gotta
Bro,
translate
the
it.
same.
We'll
help each other out.
I don't know how to know if it's a rep or a real wheel. If you put two RPF ones next to each other, like mine are the real deal. If you put an RPF one right next to mine, same spec, 18, same diameter, everything the same, I wouldn't know how to know the difference.
Unless you see like the actually engraving or
Yeah,
emblem.
unless I see like a data plate that says,
Yeah.
oh, it's a real RPF one. So I'm not judging about wheels because I don't know if I ever developed knowing the difference between reps or real. But I know a lot of friends that know, so I just send them know, like, yo,
Like, yeah, what is
reps?
this?
These reps, yeah, those are definitely reps, you know. So I'll leave that up to them.
Yeah. So straight pipe or name brand exhaust?
Straight pipe.
Straight pipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
A brand.
So chrome wheels or colored wheels? Color, I mean like just like black,
I like color.
color.
Yeah, color wheels.
Drag racing or drifting?
Drag racing.
Drag racing.
Yeah. If I knew how to drift, I consider it, but drag racing is.
Drag racing. And this one is like completely off the wall. Are you an ass guy or a tatas guy?
If I'm what?
You like? Are you an ass man or
Ask
or
guy.
ass guy? I just threw that one out. Yeah.
Drafted in Spanish, you know, but.
¿Te gustan los culos o las tetas?
Ass, obviously.
Actually, Alex was the one that told me to throw like one off the wall in there. So I was like, okay, shit, this will be funny.
What did he say?
No, Alex is my fiance.
Oh, your fiance.
Yeah, she helped me make these questions when we were talking about these. So
Your fiance is cool.
yeah. But yeah, man, that's pretty cool.
What did you say?
Me? I'm an ass guy all day long.
Okay.
Yeah, all day. So there's been a lot of talk about like electric cars versus like fossil fuel.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on where the car scene is headed?
Don't get me wrong. I do want to save the environment, and all that blow on stuff, and I'm a full fossil fuel guy. I like my gas. Yeah. Um, I do like my MPG, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I consider going full electric vehicle in the future, but maybe 50-50 EV and then gas. They're just too slow, really slow. They give you the MPG, but they're just extremely slow.
Yeah. And I feel like if you don't, you'll have to sit somewhere for so long to charge your car.
Yeah,
Once they
yeah,
figure it out, like you go in and you plug in for like 2 minutes, boom, charged, good to go. And then when it gets to that point, then yeah.
yeah. I don't know
But
if I had a nice super house with like a charger plugged into my garage. I would definitely consider it because I've heard from people that the bill only goes up $30-$40. But right now, full full gas,
for gas.
full pump. Yeah,
And this is another question I've had. What is your opinion on exposing shops that do bad work on the internet?
100%.
You think that should be a thing?
That's a really good idea. Yeah. Because a lot of these shops, they don't. You're not gonna know they do bad work until you get the bad work. You know
Right.
what I mean? And it saves you time. It saves you money. Saves you headache. So if you have the chance to
Save somebody the headache.
save somebody the time and just not going to your shop, just be honest, leave a review. Google reviews, you can't delete those. Once those are there, they're in there. So if you see that your car was done, like it depends. Some of these shops they do things wrong because that's the way they've learned it, but they don't do anything to try to
Try to fix it.
fix it. Help you out. I just bill you. It is what it is.
I've seen
it's not
shops that really get mad when you're like, be like, hey man, like, I went somewhere else, and they're like, oh, that's because they do the shit wrong.
But
it's
you
like-
know they're wrong.
But you know that they're wrong. They're
Yeah.
like, they're calling out whoever else you took your car to.
Yeah, I'm really easy. Like if I know somebody did wrong in a shop, you gotta give them the chance to do it right. You can't be full asshole and say, you know what, you just do bad work, throw them under the bus. Like give them a chance. Or if you know how to do it, it's bad for the customer to come and teach the owner how to do shop work. But if you know, help
But
them out.
sometimes yeah, I mean, it's all learning. It's a learning process.
That's why I'm really picky who I leave my car with.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've been places that they were like, oh, you need to leave your car so we could do it. And I'm like, nah, bro. If you can do it right now, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Let me know when I can come back that I could sit here away from my car and then I'll leave with it.
Yeah, I don't know about all leaving your car stuff. Unless it's a really trusted shop, I don't leave my car. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, there's a lot of bad things that happen in the community, so they can put whatever in your engine. It's just bad.
somebody could take it for a joyride, crash it.
Yeah,
And that would
bad
be,
dude, bad dude.
yeah.
I've seen a lot of the dash cam videos. They were
I've seen that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the podcast, being on my second episode. If people want to follow you, where could they find you?
So I got my car all over the place on Instagram. It's gonna be Daniel_R33_. Really easy. It's private now. I'm very picky who
Who you
I
let
want
in?
to follow me because it's weird sometimes. Like you be at
Yeah,
a
it's hard.
grocery, doing grocery shopping with your daughter and your family, and then all of a sudden the guy pulls up and you're like, "Yo, are you this guy?" And I just don't like the approach.
Yeah.
When
You like being a
not
little
on
more
the car
private.
related, the approach is not good sometimes. If you're like busy with your family and then some random that he might mean good, but you don't know.
Yeah.
No,
It's like, for example, like you sign up, because you put your stuff out there, but your
Yeah.
family didn't,
yeah. I know.
So like, you got to respect both.
That's the only thing about having a car that is really nice and people know that. Sometimes you just want to be like chill, and then all of a sudden someone pops up like, "Yo," and you're like, "All right, bro, you gotta take it easy."
Yeah. I thank you, but I'll talk to you later then.
It's
Catch me
because-
when I'm by myself, or catch me at Cars and Coffee or something.
Yeah. Sometimes you're busy, but I'm always open to let
Conversation.
people sit in my car and they take pictures, and you gotta be nice if you want people to be nice to you. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
completely agree.
Mhm.
And just respect goes a long way.
yeah,
So everybody, I'm gonna have his information down in the description below. His Instagram, the link is gonna be there, and it's gonna be right here on the screen, right under all these beautiful GTRs. I'm gonna put his name there so you guys could give him a follow and check him out. And for all the viewers, thank you for watching. Give us a like and a comment, and let's find out what's your drive. Later.